Welcome back to Alchemy Factory and the One Plot Challenge, and welcome back to one last turn. Today we are going to go all in on Panacea Potions. We got a bit of the way there last time. Now it's time to really get it going and yeah, redo our setup a little bit for it. Um, at this point of the game, with it being a one plot challenge and our very limited space per floor, um, the way we set stuff up, even temporarily, can really hinder our progress. So we gotta make sure that we do stuff in a way that we can easily expand the things that we need to. And Alchemy Factory is sorry, Panacea Potions is definitely one we want to be able to scale. So in order to do that properly, we are gonna wanna set up a new floor for the Panacea Potions themselves, and the Aqua Vitae as well. I think makes sense to have so the Panacea Potions doesn't take up much space, but the Aqua Vitae takes up a bit of space, and fertile catalyst that we have on the floor here, we can expand this way a little bit, and this way we gotta find, we won't be able to expand the brandy much more, so we're gonna have to move the brandy upstairs, and we might as well take this Aqua Vitae part with us. We're not gonna move the nursery because I am a little bit unsure whether or not we get the seed back in any shape. I mean, I'm sure we get the seed back, but whether or not we get it back in a state like we have it here, I'm not sure about. So I want to leave this here, and then when we get ready to expand the part that takes the leaves, then we will build a new one in the new place, and we can just move that one immediately and see whether or not we can move this old one as well. But I don't think it's gonna be much in the way here, so I think that's gonna be fine. We'll get our new floor up and running though, so we can get our Panacea Potions going. Obviously, Aqua Vitae isn't gonna work just yet, and we gotta get some more logs on us. Here we go. The Aqua Vitae isn't gonna work until our plant here is grown, so we gotta make sure that everything is working here, which also means that we do need to get some red currants, get that running, and I do believe this is set up wrong. Let's see here. There we go. I think this is the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, but we gotta get the red currant here rolling. So let's just get a couple seeds. I know we're gonna need some for later, so I'm just gonna get 10 here immediately. And I might as well get a lavender and some chamomile as well, so we don't have to go down here again later. We'll see what that is for when we reach it. But obviously it's tied into Panacea Potions, which we are gonna focus on. Now, I already recorded this episode and actually had to go back to an earlier save because I didn't like the way it turned out. because of this planning thing, and during that I did realize that this wasn't running. So let's just fix that as well. So apparently that wasn't set up properly. And there was an additional thing. We don't have much bricks on us. Let's get some more bricks. And let's get some more glass as well. I don't want to carry around that stone. Let's also get some rope, so we have some stuff. But yeah, that oops, something had broken there. I don't know when. It's probably been like that the entire time, and I just hadn't noticed. Same thing goes for over here. A conveyor elevator wasn't set up properly, so yeah, we weren't running on full capacity, which we can see here. There are some gaps. I think it just attributed them to something else. But yeah, that should fix that now. So we can get back to our new floor and the brandy and the Aqua Vitae. Just wanna set this up so that we're sure it's running. We are missing some growth potions as well. That should do it though. No, we're missing the money too. That should go for our brandy. Pretty sure. Let's just throw this in here. No point in me carrying that around. Obviously this needs fertilizer, but there's no point until the tree is grown, so we'll just wait for that a little bit. And yeah, so this is doing wine, which means now we're missing the coke. Because we're missing some blast potions, so let's just start those ourselves. Okay, so that should be good. Now we can take this entire setup here. We can move it upstairs. We just need some portals, but that's okay. We don't have to. Let's put up the walls first, actually. That'll make it a bit easier. And we might as well if we put up the scaffolding or the infrastructure scaffolding here, then that'll make us have an easier time as well. Cool. So that is our brandy for us. And then we gotta get the Aqua Vitae. Just get through this day here. This summary at least. Ooh, negative. Negative. Not selling as much Saturns as previously. Interesting. In general, not a lot of sales for some reason. I mean, they might have changed that in the update last time and I hadn't noticed. Changed a little bit maybe. We can see we had 800 earnings there. Let's take a look at our ledger for the past couple of days. Yeah, so earnings were a lot higher. Like we have 300 less earning now. How about this day? Obviously there was some income there, so it's difficult to see. But no, that would only be 800. I guess it just varies. But we are starting to have some negative days, which isn't too good. So hopefully we can turn that around quickly enough. Let's see. We don't actually need this to go into here. Just want to make some brandy. Anywho, let's take this and see if we can't also put that up here somewhere. Might as well put it somewhat close here, right? So it's going to, I'm just thinking out loud a little bit, it's going to require 3,000 red wine. And we need some more iron for that, I can see. So let's go get some iron while we think about that. We should have some iron being thrown out here. It's going to require 3,000 brandy, and one of our setups here does just under 1,000. So we need actually a little bit more, but we need at least 3. We know we can stack them. That's the idea for this, for downstairs. So we can stack them, and then we're gonna have to have another one around the same size. So we could put it like this. At least the nursery part can go in there. That way we can rely on sort of the same infrastructure as well, right? With the nursery. Some buildings has errors. I don't see that. Anyways. It might be here. So yeah. This is our let's take let's take this. Oops. Let's get rid of that and that. So if we move that here and we move this here, then let's see here. Then we can have our world leaves coming in here. And we just need some fuel coming in here. Okay. So that should... I think that's everything. We need some portals. And we need to have that gentian. We need that here. But other than that... Alright, we need to set this up. That actually makes this positioning pretty neat as well. Right? It could be even neater if we just took this and flip the output and the input for the pipes. Very nice. Practically within the same footprint. So that is that's awesome. It could be, I mean, we could move it, just do a bit of wiring, but this will do for now. So that is our Aqua Vitae, right? We have the brandy part, we have the gentian, and then we just need the world leaf, which we will get up here somehow. Haven't figured that out yet. And then we just need to take this, assuming we'll scale it in this way, we can have our advanced blender somewhere here. For our Panacea Potions. You know what, maybe not. Let's put them over here. Let's put up some more walls first. Walls. Let's grab a wall, put downstairs as well. Just close that up. We could put them here, over here, maybe. Maybe that's better. Put them right here. Long yet. Cool. And this will give us our Panacea Potions that we can somehow get downstairs. But we need, for the Panacea Potions, we need the Aqua Vitae, we got that, so we need Fertile Catalyst, and we need Blast Potions. So we're gonna have to get those up here somehow. They will be coming from the last couple of floors, of course. We got the Fertile Catalyst on the floor down below here, and we got Blast Potions on the floor below that. For this setup here, we need some sort of fertilizer, we need some sort of fuel. It would make sense for that to be self-sufficient. So, if we, let's see here, don't want this to feed into itself. What is happening? Okay, throne there, so we wanna reverse. Get rid of that connection there. And we wanna bring this in here. So now everything is powered by the outside. It's just one layer because the Panacea Potion is gonna be both fuel and fertilizer. So we just need one layer with that. We should be able to do this to sort of power itself. Quite a bit of a buffer, to be honest, but we're just gonna have to deal with that somehow or the other way. We do need a money belt. As well. Usually it comes from somewhere over there. And then we do need to get our blast potion and our fertile catalyst. We need to get those up here somehow. So I'm debating whether or not we should just use layer 2 and 3. Because we could do that. We could also make me use the same layer if we wanted to, and then just have a priority splitter if we wanted to. Now the reason why I wanted to put it down here in this corner is because I thought that maybe we could just get them from here somewhere. So we could get it if we could do something like this. That is what I was thinking. And then we can just, well, we could plop one of these down and do some belt work there, but this would require it to come in on this layer and this layer. We don't have anything on this side at the moment. But I mean, it could make sense to get something. I don't think I can build from that low though. So we're gonna have to go down a bit here. Actually, probably gonna want to scaffold this. It's nice that you can sort of just drag on the vertical here or on the horizontal, but you can't do it vertically, which is quite annoying. But you can, of course, just do this. this. Actually want to grab a few coins here on the way up from our contracts, and then we do have a purchasing portal set up somewhere here, and let's change that. Oh, we already have it making those kinds of things. Let's just get a bunch of sigils so we can get that going. Oh, and we're almost there. Let's see, how does this day fare? Earnings back up. Profit is still a little low because we have a lot of expenses, but decent profit, so can't be too mad about that. Now this is the fertile catalyst floor. Oh, because it's on a wall. I hadn't thought of that, to be honest. That does sort of mean that it would have been better to use this side for the hole, because we will never be able to get all the way up close to the edge here. There'll always have to be some sort of overhang. Oh well, lesson learned, I guess. We want to get our fertile catalysts up there. We need a bridge. So, to do it, that sucks. Because it would have to be there. We can't get stuff there. Okay. Then what do we do? Can we get it? Can't get it from this side. Can't get it from the other side either. Okay, let's do something else instead then, I guess. Guess we'll move it over to this corner here. And then we'll just make them go around the hole on that floor there. God, I can't wait for this pipe to somehow change. God, it's annoying. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so we want fertile catalyst. It's gonna be probably one higher here. And then we can go, so this is money and Panacea Potions and here. Cool. And then obviously we also, well, we want to get them here somehow. They could come back can come back through here. Is what I'm thinking. No, probably not. Probably through here somewhere. Maybe we'll send them all the way. We are currently using that. Move this here, and then we can send that all the way through there. So we can't use that. Well, there. Okay, so that does send our fertile catalysts upstairs. Don't want to do it just yet though. Oh, we do! Our tree's grown. Cool. Cool. Then I guess we do want to send them up there. Wonderful. So that should be the fertile catalysts, and then let's get our blast potions. They're currently going here to go upstairs. Let's just hijack them here as well. Like that, I think is good. Then we can get them around this corner here. That ought to do it. Let's see here. Blast potions, fertile catalyst. Then we just gotta get this going, and we do gotta get that going with the leaves. So we gotta get the leaves up here, we gotta get the money up here. It's the two things that we're missing. Start with the money. That just matched inexplicably, but very awesome. Cool. So that's the money, and then we want to get our world tree stuff. Up in this height, I think. So this is money, and then we have Panacea Potion. We have Fertile Catalyst. Blast potion. Then we'll have a world tree leaf going there. Cut off that. This didn't get world tree, right? Okay. That does give us our first Aqua Vitae. Actually, there's no point in doing this. We should just get it set up upstairs. Because we're almost there anyways. No way. God damn it. So I accidentally attached our stairs to this, so we'll have to rebuild it. That's sort of funny, but also very annoying. And we'll get rid of this here. Then we don't need these anymore. Okay, yeah, let's just leave it at almost there for now. I do want to put down a little box so we can get these last few things. Maybe just gonna throw that up there. And Aqua Vitae we can make here. Just need some brandy. We are missing this seed. We do have it here. Okay. So what are we missing for this? Let's kickstart some of these furnaces. Because I feel like that is probably one of the things we're missing. This one too. We are missing some fertilizer here. Can throw that in there. Get some of that going a little bit. I'm making brandy now. It goes in there, so we should be making Aqua Vitae very soon. There we go, comes some Aqua Vitae. That gets sent into here. We need some more, but that should do it. Let's get our... Oh damn, needs to be one taller. Our world leaf. We have to get the world leaf down there. Just throw our excess. It's the gentian that we are missing, but now we have our first Panacea Potions traveling along the corridors here. They will be producing for a long time. Let's just throw in a bunch of growth potions that we have left over into this one. once the Panacea Potions comes, you can really see how much it's gonna change. If I remove this, see, so growth potions last for 27 seconds here on red currants, which is quite a long time. But you'll see it's just a second how much more insane. Obviously, Panacea Potions is 2 steps from growth potions. There's a step in between the fertile catalyst and Panacea Potions are the end game, but from 27 seconds to 833 seconds, it's gonna last pretty much forever. So that is it's really cool to see. And I'm just gonna throw in the growth potion because I don't want to have it in my inventory. But yeah, that is making Aqua Vitae, and this is making the Panacea Potions slowly but steadily. Right now, aside from the Aqua Vitae, which does 150 and we need 240, and it really only does 50 because we're only doing 960 brandy. So we are low on Aqua Vitae, but we are also low on fertile catalysts. See, there is Aqua Vitae in the pipes here, even though this is filled up, so we do need some more fertile catalysts. And that is basically going to be the rest of this episode. Is we are going to slowly but surely scale up the productions underneath here. Clean up a bit, but then scale up. Okay, we're still in profit. That's pretty good. Clean up a bit, but then scale up the productions and slowly but surely also replace the productions here downstairs to use Panacea Potions. Cool. We have some more coal ores. But let's just hook up these so we got that running. Okay, here, this is just a bunch of... I don't really wanna... Don't care enough to try and save those amounts of money there. Let's see here. This buffer is going to be fine because we'll eventually expand in this direction. But this, oh, that is another reason why we're not getting any fertile catalysts, because I accidentally deleted conveyor there. But this growth potion line here we don't actually need. So now all the growth potion that is on this floor is only going back into here, and eventually we'll replace these with Panacea Potions as well. But we need some more of this. So let's take a look. 15, 15, and 270. How much lavender are we producing? We're producing 600 lavender if we are producing 12,000 linseed. Are we producing 12,000 linseed? We are not. We're producing 6,000 linseed. Okay, so we gotta double the linseed. Let's see here. And then we need a piece of flax for that. We can go back to the portals there so we don't buy too much flax. Piece of flax, there we go. Now ideally, we wouldn't be using fertile catalysts here, we'd be using Panacea Potions. But let's... And here's a well. So maybe we start by getting Panacea Potions down here. Why don't we? Let's just leave this for now. They're gonna run for quite some time. Lavender's a little rough, but yeah. We are producing enough lavender though for this to run fully. So we are overproducing on lavender essential oils, and if I remember correctly, this does 30. Yep. So we just need to upgrade the vitality essence. Then we can have one more of these. And this does twice, I think. Yeah, it does double. We have some blast potions here. We want to get those to Panacea as quickly as possible. Also, but let's just upgrade this. Then we gotta move this back a few feet. There we go. Okay, and then we can take in the fuel there. And we can make some more vitality essence. That should take care of that. So let's get... You know, I'd really like to get Panacea Potions down here, but I don't want it to need such an enormous buffer. So I think I'd bring it down on a different level initially. So this is money and this is Panacea. So we should get Panacea there. And we still want to use blast potions for this one for now. So let's get Panacea there, and then we can just still have blast potions over here. And now we have Panacea on this line here. Let's just make it come this way, down to these, and want to get it in there. So let's get it down here. Cool, that should be this floor. That's ready to be scaled. We just need to get our Panacea Potions to actually go over here. There we go. Now that goes downstairs there. Getting the potions down to the blast potion, or the Panacea Potions down to the blast potion for floor is going to be a little bit more difficult. But that should take care of our fertile catalyst issue. And now we are getting a decent flow of those, and the blast potions are lagging behind a little bit. So let's go down to the blast potion floor. That was totally planned, by the way. Perfect execution on my part. Blast potion is 20, 20, and 800, and we are doing 28 Oblivion Essence. We're doing 20 black powder, and we're doing 900 something brandy. So we need to scale a few things, starting with the black powder, and we actually already, god damn it, have black powder scaled a little bit, because we do have an extra 10 in this setup that is running here. So we could, or we should pipe that up stairs somewhere. Now it would be the most awesome, I reckon, if we can get it like if we could get it like this. We have to re-establish the one up there, which is for the fertile catalysts. That's just how it's gonna have to be, I think. So we can take our black powder and we'll get that on. This is money, this is fuel, this is fertilizer, this is right, money, fuel, fertilizer. There's something else up there. So let's just go one more floor just to be sure. That was actually... Okay, let's just not go one more floor because that was actually perfect. We already have a belt that is black powder going there. So we have 20 black powder on this. It's gonna become 30. So we should be able to push in another 90 on this floor. We'll get to that in just a minute, but we do need to upgrade this setup over here first. Because we are gonna need a lot more advanced blenders. We are gonna need more of this. Let's see here. We throw down another one of these. That was a wrong position. Oh, that's annoying. Excess black powder. Don't care. Let's see, BR. There we go. Excess sage seeds. Don't care. Okay, so let's just, for now, real quick, get rid of this. And we'll move this one somehow. Probably here. Eventually we're gonna need 4 of these. Doing black powder. And we can do that instead. Let's do that, and then we will do this like that. That is our black powder. Then we need our pipes. There we go. Now this should produce blast potions, great, so we can get rid of this one. Get rid of that. Still need blast potions to sort of circle back there. So it would be nice if we didn't have black powder running there specifically, because then we could have blast potions. I want to join these. Here as well, so that should be evenly distributed. Now we just gotta get our black powder up here, so if we can get it through here instead. That would be nice. There we go, and this can just be a regular block. There goes the day, and that revenue is looking good with 8 sold Saturns. And we got another profit day, that is good, good, good. Alright, so now that should be that. This one isn't running because it doesn't have any fuel yet. So let's just kickstart that a little bit. That was that issue, right? Yep. And we are getting a bunch of blast potions. And we have some stock left over. I'm just gonna... Yeah, it does loop into the selling mechanism still at the lowest sort of rate, so that is fine. And it is going upstairs as well, and also back into the other systems around here. So that is good. Now we just gotta re-establish the fertile catalyst that we had up here. Going there. We have a bunch of fertile catalyst. We aren't getting as many blast potions because I haven't set it up yet. Cool. Should be getting a bunch of those as well, and that should produce us a bunch of Panacea Potions, which leaves us with World Tree Leaves. So we gotta get those on the Panacea Potions, and we actually did that already, so we just need them to sort of come through. We can throw in a few catalysts here and some growth potions just for good measure, because I don't want to have them in my inventory anyways. So we got 30 black powder, and we got 42 Oblivion Essence. I've got 960 brandy. The next step is probably the brandy. Let's get that set up. We can take this here, the red wine part. We can just confirm upgrade that. This one is rather easy. We just gotta get some piping in here. Could have copied that as well, of course, if I had been smart enough to do that, but I rarely am, so. There we go. And then we just have to get some fertilizer up in here. There we go. That should take care of that. And it should double our fruit wine, so that the other Olympic can start working once we get that hooked up to stuff over here. So let's get that up and going. Gotta scaffold our way a bit here. And then here as well. Then we can take those retractable beams and throw over here. Very nice. And then we just need this part here. Then everything here is in the same height. So we can just take it and copy it. Throw it on top. Right, yes. We can get rid of all of the sort of excess scaffolding if you want. not gonna build, or can't build it one more time on top, so there's no point having that scaffolding there. Cool. Right now, this is feeding into itself here. We don't really want that. Do feel like we want this gets stuff from this line here, so that's not necessary. Then if we get the coal down here, then we should be able to take it up as well. There. I think that just means we need it to be kick-started. A bunch of coke powder don't really need. And we need money. Coal here. Guess we could have saved our excess coal after all. Let's see if that does send out the coal. Should send out coke as well. Get rid of these ones here. This seems to be running full, and we do have coal coke coming down there. It just needs to backfill the furnaces before it runs at full capacity, but that should mean that we have twice the brandy. We have for two full blenders of brandy, we have for 2 full blenders of Oblivion Essence, but we're missing black powder. So that is the next step. And we have a full floor here that we want to plaster full of black powder, but at least that was the initial idea. It's quite expensive though. This setup with all that sulfur, and also it fills a lot, so if we were, I do think we could probably somehow fit 9 in here, especially if we started, I mean this is a wrong ratio, right? This is supposed to be 1.25, so we can reuse this one for 2 other setups and stuff like that all over the place. But we're throwing away so much iron, and we're spending a lot of money on the pyrite and stuff like that. So I think what I want to do instead, and now we have the Panacea Potions anyways, is I want to do a cauldron setup. And it's a somewhat familiar cauldron setup because, yeah, well, it's the recipe that I wanted to use for the fungus that was changed, right? So we're gonna use it for black powder instead. lavender, chamomile, and chamomile powder gives us black powder. Real easy. And we're just gonna need 8 of these. So let's get some more bronze. With 8, that actually puts the production at 120, so a full build. So we can possibly just demolish our other black powder setups if we wanted to. Or we can sort of turn down the volume here. Missing some rocks. Is that 5, 6, 7, and 8? And then we wanna get fuel in here, of course. Then we'll get some scaffolding. Then we can run. Let's do this. Run that. And we can also do that for most of these. Well, not most, but every other one of these. So let's just take this setup here and we will confirm it, and then we'll put one here. We'll put one here. And I guess I did that wrong. Yep. Did do that wrong. First of all, this is too close. There needs to be a space. And second of all, they should have been on these other, right? Started from the other side. So we'll get not one there, but one here. Then we'll get one here. And then we'll get one here. Then we'll get one here. But this one can be different. It can just be one of these. What was in there? Is that just planks or something? Are you kidding me? No way. Why would it do that? Okay, we gotta go back and autosave here. What is our latest 6 minutes ago? This is just going great. Yeah. Okay, where was I? Sorry about the jump there, but I had to load back from an autosave because I somehow ended up deleting stuff on the floor above me, which is very annoying and very unfortunate. So I just want to see where I'm at. We got rid of those there. This seems to be running. Just getting my bearings. I am sorry about that, truly. But I think where we are is that now we have Oblivion Essence. We're doing 42. So that's enough for 2 of these blenders. We're doing Brandy, enough for 2. But we're only doing 30 black powder. So we need to up the black powder. And we have an entire floor dedicated to that. We already are using this one. We could plaster this entire floor with that setup, but it's very bulky. God damn it. It's very bulky. It is also quite costly. And I want to do it with cauldrons instead. So that is what we're gonna do. We just gotta get ourselves some railings, people. Railings. If you're gonna do this like I am, please, for your own sanity, build some kind of railings. God, no, shut. Oh yeah, okay. I want to do with cauldrons. So let's throw those down here, and you actually already know the recipe. It's the one I wanted to use in the last episode. It's gonna be lavender, it's gonna be chamomile, and it's gonna be chamomile powder. It's the recipe that used to be for fungus, gloom spores, but they changed it in the update, and now we get black powder, and that is pretty much our benefit because it's a really good recipe cost-wise for black powder especially. So yeah, we're gonna need 8 of those, and that is basically gonna give us, well, not basically, it is going to give us a full belt of black powder, and then we can, that's 8, right? Yeah. It's gonna give us a full belt of black powder, and then we can, I guess, just decide what we want to do with the existing setup that we have with black powder. Because, I mean, there wouldn't be any actual use for these, and since they are big and chunky, and this one up here, I mean, this one fills up a lot of the floor and stuff, and it is quite expensive, then maybe we'll just tear those down, or maybe we'll keep them and just, when we need our second line of black powder, then we'll use those, and we'll only get 90 from cauldrons that time. That there. Okay, cool. But yeah, so we can actually do a quite neat setup with cauldrons like this. Where we, instead of this bulky setup that we have down here, not down here, but upstairs with the gloom spores. Instead of this bulky gloom spore setup, I wasn't quite, I mean, it works and everything. It looks bad in my opinion. I don't like the look of it. So what we can do instead, especially since that black powder isn't gonna take up as much space as initially thought for this floor, we can do one on each, one cauldron on each, and we can relatively easily, I think, could scale this into more height as well. But if we do it like this, then that works just as perfectly, and we don't have it to look, don't need it to look that crazy bulky. adjusted. Oh, that's rough. Half the profit on the Saturns that we want. So, negative 400. We'll have to live. We will have to live. But yeah, what we can do is we can do this. Quite simple. No. No, we can't, sorry. This is what we'll do. So the first layer down here is for every other one, and the reason why we're doing it like this is because we are going to need to share space. We could have it so that it's always on the same side, so that, for example, chamomile powder would always be on the left entrance, but it doesn't matter as far as I can tell. These aren't assigned to a specific input slot. They're just an inventory. So, I mean, that also does mean you could technically, I think, you could just throw everything through the front. But then we couldn't run full speed belts, so we're not going to do that. But yeah, we can simply have these 3 layers here of inputs. And then it is quite easy to understand what's going on. It's quite easy to expand upon. It's quite easy to build. And it does look a lot less clunky, at least in my opinion. I think it's a lot less clunky than whatever we had going on upstairs. And of course, if we wanted to, then we could probably find a way to stack these. Don't think it would be that difficult. But it doesn't take up that much space at all, so I'm not really too worried either. Then we just need to get our stuff, black powder, out of there. There we go. And that is a neat unit. A neat unit. Yeah. Let's just do that. Let's just move it a little bit. A neat unit that can fit in pretty close space. So 1 and 1. That means there would be room for infrastructure if we need infrastructure to go around this. We'll take fuel there, and then we need our 3 nurseries. Let's just build some of these plant grinders. We also want them to allow us to have the space. Get rid of just grinders on 2 of them. Just throw down the nurseries again. Need to get the fertilizer in here. Something like that. And this is gonna be our black powder, which needs to... Maybe we should put it through here. So that is that, and then we just need that there. Now we need to hook up the outputs here. Like so. There we go. That should do it. Obviously we need some inputs or some we need some seeds first of all, but I did get those, right? So we got lavender and we got chamomile and we got another chamomile. So we need some fertilizer, and I do have 2 on me. We need some of that, but what we really need is the Panacea Potions to get down to this level as well. Right. Where are we sending it down currently? Are we sending it down currently? Did we send it down here yet? I don't think so. I think this is all running on blast potions. We did send it down here. Didn't we? I feel like we did. I think we wanted to. Doesn't seem like we are though. This one was supposed to bring it down. We aren't producing any. Seems to be the Aqua Vitae that's stalled. Don't want that to happen. This one is running. This one is running. We don't get coke powder on that one, but we are getting it on this one. This one is missing fertilizer. Did I forget to know that is hooked up? Does burn through it quite a bit faster than everything else, so maybe the demand just isn't being met. Guess that is a possibility. That it needs to be able to backfill a bit more. Which, I mean, would be fair, I guess. But let's get our... We should be sending it down to the floor below. Are we getting enough? Do we have enough leaves up here? I'm just slightly afraid that I started using it on other floors a little bit too soon. When we didn't have sort of a good enough buffer. This one's practically gonna run forever. But it is quite a bit of buffering that needs to happen. I think if we take some of these and throw it down into the world tree at least, that will keep that running for a little bit. We are getting some down here, that's good. What I would want to do then is take that and throw it down to we need some more rope. These seem to be backfilling a bit on the copper, so we don't want that. Let's just up this. It's gonna convert down to ones anyways, and it's might as well just have this be 50 silver blocks, and then we'll just tally together. I think we have enough of a buffer in here that it won't be an issue anyways, that it has to wait for 50 silver. Let's put that there. And at some point soon, you're gonna have to redo this whole corridor, or whatever you want to call it. Let's see, I want to put it there. We're gonna have to redo this infrastructure setup with things flowing up and down in a way so that we can more easily manage it and stuff like that, just from the bottom up. And on some floors there'll be stuff we won't need anymore and stuff like that, so hopefully it'll get a little bit more manageable. Eventually what we're also going to be doing is we're going to have a bunch of pipes on the, probably maybe on the other side or on this side here. Either way, there's going to be a bunch of pipes because, and we actually have unlocked the thing, I just haven't really showed it, I think. Right, no, I haven't unlocked it yet, it seems. Well, there's this thing called the thermal extractor. Where is it? It's here. And basically what it does is it uses, like the regular extractor, we have it somewhere here. It doesn't use anything, it just makes a herb into a, or something into a liquid. Well, the thermal extractor uses heat, and then depending on how high you are in the world, it gives a bonus to the liquid extracted. So basically what we want to do efficiency wise is go up to a height in the world where extracting with thermal extractors is its most potent, and then just have the different kinds of the liquids that needs to be extracted, like linseed oil and lavender oil and fruit wine and quicklime and stuff like that, have that be extracted up there and then send pipes down. There's no throughput on pipes, so they will just sort of be able to be connected to wherever we need it. We're gonna have more pipes flowing around the factories, of course, a little bit, but we can run them along the ceiling and have them drop down on the floors where it's needed, so it's not so much in the way. And that is gonna bump the efficiency a bit, and of course then we don't have to have all these sorts of fluid extracting builds all around the systems as well. So we keep running out of the right now. It actually seems to be brandy that's lacking behind a little bit. But that is all for today. We weren't able to get this cauldron, this setup here with the cauldrons up and running to produce black powder quite yet, unfortunately. But that will definitely come in the future. But we were able to move get our Panacea Potions, sorry, which we set out to do, and we moved a bit of the Aqua Vitae setup up here as well. We expanded fertile catalysts and blast potions a bit, so we can get a bit more of the Panacea Potions brewing, and we slowly started to produce, to use the Panacea Potions in the production for these fertile catalysts and blast potions. Hopefully it will become a sort of sustained loop or system. The fuel and nutrient values that we get from Panacea Potions should far outweigh the needs, but there is quite a bit of buffering that needs to happen before we can have any excess actually be production. But that is what we'll be doing in the next episodes, is we will slowly but surely scale up our production of fertile catalysts, our production of blast potions, such that we ultimately can run on Panacea Potions. And then we will also, you know, I just wanted to find a Panacea Potion here. It sells for 30 silver, so it is gonna be good money if we ever sell some of them. No, we wanna fix our infrastructure, elevators here, and soon-ish we'll also get into thermal extracting liquids in a more central location. But for now, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. It has been my pleasure. If you like this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you didn't like it, leave a comment anyways. Let me know what I can do better. If you have any suggestions for the gameplay here, for other games I should play, anything like that, leave a comment and I will take it to heart, I promise you. And of course, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can keep up to date with any new videos in this series here. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.